What's up, guys? So had a second, so I thought I'd make another video real quick, showing off the new addition to the garage. Got a Gen 2 Raptor. Just picked it up like last week. I said I'd make a video on it, and I just now having time to do it while I'm driving to a job site. I'll go over it a little bit once we get to the job site as far as the outside. It has some things on it, wheels and tire. It has 20-inch wheels, 35-inch tires that are aftermarket, and then it has a front end and rear end replacement, or bumpers on the front and rear. It has light bars, all the good stuff. I'll kind of go over that whenever we get out there. Picked up a used one. It's a 2017, 65,000 miles on it. We were going to we ordered the Bronco, the new Bronco. And the way that Ford did everything with how they started releasing the base models first, you know, obviously like the 2 doors and then the lower trim packages and all that stuff first. I've already seen them out on the road, and whenever, I don't know why this is what I was thinking, but when I ordered it, or whenever we ordered it, I was thinking, you know, I ordered it the first day it came out. The first day it was available for pre-order, we pre-ordered it. So I was thinking I was gonna have a pretty, pretty high spot on the list. But what I didn't think about was Ford releasing all the lower trim models first. So whenever I was ordering it, I was like, man, we're gonna be one of the first ones around this area to have one. It's gonna be really cool, like, you know, you can turn a lot of heads, all that good stuff. But now, the way that they did it, it's kind of like anticlimactic because everybody's already seen them. So even if, you know, the lower trims, well, the Bronco's the higher trim from the outside, really all you can tell is the grill's obviously a little bit different. I don't know if it's taller or not, but it has bigger tires, so it has 35s on, like, I think it's 18-inch beadlock on the package that we got. And we ordered the highest, every single option that you could get on the Bronco. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. On the Bronco. So it has, you know, every option you can get. So it has the bigger tires, the bigger fenders, you know, the unlocking front diff, like all the goodies that they came out with, the most, you know, the most badass interior, everything like that. So we were really pumped for it. And then just the way the process is, you know, we ordered it last August, I want to say was the pre-order date. I can't remember. But, you know, we were supposed to get it last year, then we were supposed to get it this year. Now they already sent me an email saying that it's going to be a 2022 year model, which that was another thing. If it was a 2021 and we got it at the end of 2021, well, I mean, damn, you already have a year-old vehicle and you just got it. So I was kind of bummed about that. But then they said they're going to make it a 2022, and that was great. We were still going to go along with the pre-order, but then where Ford screwed up, and I think a lot of people are going to do this, is we ordered, you know, top of the line trim, everything that you can get on the vehicle, and then Ford, before we even got ours, they already came out and said they're going to come out with the Bronco Raptor. So immediately, that's a huge turn on for me, because I'm like, man, I'm going to have a brand new vehicle. It's not even going to be that new because of the delay and everything like that that's already happened, and there's already been some on the road that I've seen. So it's not going to be as new. Now they're telling me the nicest one, I ordered every option I get. Now they're telling me, oh, well, right after we release yours to you, a few months down the road, from what they're saying, a few months down the road, we're going to release the Bronco Raptor. So what that did, I was like, okay, so I'm going to have a vehicle. I'm going to love it. It's going to be the baddest Bronco on the road for 3 months. And then they already have a new one coming out. And I'm like, man, it really kind of bummed me out, because I was like, man, I was so excited for that Bronco. Like, I was really excited for it. I've always wanted a Raptor. But then they came out with the Bronco, and I was like, that's better for my family. My wife can drive that around. She wanted it really bad. And she's always liked the older ones. So really excited for it. And then they do this. And don't get me wrong, Ford's still going to sell a ton of Broncos. Like, they're still going to sell out all the ones that they probably can make. But there's a lot of people like myself, I guarantee it, that saw that and were like, okay, well, I'm just going to cancel my order on the Bronco and just get the Bronco Raptor. Because as far as price point goes, you know, what's another 5 or 7, 10 grand on a vehicle that's already $65,000? that much extra to have the better engine, the better suspension, the beefed up trans. It's going to basically, it's not going to have the Raptor drivetrain in it, but I think it's going to have the same drivetrain as the ST, which is honestly, I like it better. And this Raptor, I mean, it runs great. It has a lot of power, everything. It's phenomenal, but that motor in the ST just blows me away every time I drive it. I don't get that feeling from this. Now, granted, the ST is tuned. This Raptor is going to get tuned. I've already done some of my research. I'm going to go with Goose Tuning, with Winfield, I think is the company. And they're going to get it tuned, and they have, 91, 93, and an E50 tune. And so I'm excited for those that you can run completely stock. It's just a matter of fact of which fuel you put in. So you don't have to change anything. It's just a tune. You just got to flash the software for whatever gas you have in the vehicle, and that's that. So I'm going to get it tuned, and then I really do think after that, it's going to make me appreciate the Raptor a lot more, just because that's the exact same thing that happened with the ST. I love that car, and then I got it tuned, and I can't imagine driving that car stock now. Like, there's no way. It's still a great vehicle, but man, once you tune things, it tends to kind of spoil you a little bit to where you know what the car's capable of. So why, the stock ones are just obsolete compared to the ones that are tuned. And so I think that's going to be the same thing with the Raptor, so I'm excited for that. But with the Bronco, I think they're not going to put this 3.5 in it. Whenever they have the 3-liter or the 3.0 from the ST that they know is doing great. They know it has a lot of buzz about it. Everybody loves the car. They know that now, since it's been out since 2020, so almost 2 years on development on the motor, it's not having any major issues. The transmission obviously is solid because it's the same 10 speed that's in everything else. So they have that narrowed down, and if it can put out, it's probably going to be a little bit bumped up from 400, I imagine. I'm sure it's going to be like 420 or 430 or something like that. So if kind of pulling up to the job site right now, knocking out these buildings. We're in this industrial park, so we've actually done, the guy has, you can probably see, but we have a contract with this guy that we have 40, I think it's 44 metal buildings that we're filming. So we're over here doing it. We're knocking this one out, tag teaming out. I'm about to hop on the rig and spray some. I can show you some of it. So you can kind of get an idea, but we're moving on to this one next. As you can tell, it doesn't have any insulation in it. So we're going to spray foam it. As soon as we're through with this one, we're going to go and hop over here. So, anyway, so as far as the Bronco, it was a huge disappointment whenever they did that. Now I understand Ford has to do what they have to do. They're still trying to, and I'm excited that they're bringing the Bronco Raptor this soon. I thought it would be a year or two at least, or a year or two more at least. So the fact that they're already bringing that is cool, but we're canceling, we're not going to take delivery of our Raptor. I still spec'd it out and built it, so I'm thinking it's still going to come to the dealership. I'm not really sure how they're going to do that. They may be so tight on pre-orders that it's not even going to come in, but I'm just not even going to order it anymore. Lose the little deposit, the $100 deposit they make you do, and then look at whenever the Bronco Raptor comes out, what our options are there, price range, what you're looking at, and things like that. And then, depending on how it goes, may trade in the Raptor for the Bronco Raptor, depending on kind of what I'm doing. I've been pulling some trailers and stuff with this Raptor, and it does great pulling the trailers, and I just don't know if the Bronco, the suspension on it may be even softer than the Raptors, and it kind of complicates things. So, but yeah, so that's kind of the thought on the Bronco. So once all that news hit, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go pick up a Raptor, and have fun with it. We have our Can-Am, so I would like to start going more to like trails and stuff like that, and taking the Can-Am and the Raptor out there. And so that was kind of the idea behind that. And also with the Bronco, I was excited for the Bronco, but now it's, like I said. So I went ahead and picked up a Raptor. Didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on a newer one because the Gen 3s just came out. I don't know what the market's going to do for these vehicles, for the Gen 2s, and so I kind of want to see that. But I didn't want to pay 95 grand for, or 95 grand for a Gen 3 Raptor. I think that they're better every way around. I would love to have one, but to spend, 40% more or 50% more on a new one than a used one like this, I'm going to have just as much fun with this used one. I'm going to tune it right away. So I didn't really want a Gen 3. You can't really customize those or do anything right now. So with the price point and how much they cost, I think I'm just going to wait a little bit. Now they're going to have tuning available for those really quick as soon as they crack the TCM, or the ECU. But the fact of the matter is, are you going to buy a $90-something thousand vehicle and then immediately void the warranty on tuning it? You know, I did that with the ST, $60,000 vehicle, but it was a little bit different. It was out for a little bit. People kind of understood it. You don't know what you're really getting into, and that car isn't going to pull anything, isn't going to do anything like that, any hard work besides, you know, just everyday driving. So I went ahead and tuned it. But the Raptor, you know, kind of be nervous tuning the vehicle that's brand new like that. So my idea was, or my thought process was, I was going to get this used one. I picked it up, keep it for, you know, however long, and then eventually trade this in either on a new Raptor or the Bronco Raptor. Whatever direction we kind of go from there is kind of the thought process. Now this is going to be probably a year or so down the line, once they're more readily available. So anyway, just going to enjoy this while we have it. The interior on everything is super nice. On these Raptors still, it has more, and I still have my F-250 King Ranch as well, but it's in the shop getting some injectors put on it. The fuel pump shit out on me, so had to redo all that. And of course it did it like literally the day I was taking it to the dealer. I was waiting for my guys to finish up with it so I could take it into the dealer, and the fuel pump completely cracked in half and sent metal shavings to my injectors and did all that. So that's in the shop getting replaced. As soon as all that stuff fixed, I'm going to sell the King Ranch. I think I already have a guy that's going to buy it. And then we'll have the Raptor, the ST, and the M5 still. Now the M5, an injector hung on the M5. It's weird having injector problems. I've never had in my life, and I had 2 vehicles do it within a week. The injector hung on the M5, so I'm getting the injectors replaced, and the coils, spark plugs. And then there was like some vacuum lines and stuff that actually had holes in them. So there's no telling how much turbo lag that car was having, or not even being at peak boost for the tune because of those vacuum lines. You know, you're losing head crank pressure and things like that with turbo. So I don't really know, you know, I don't understand it enough to really understand what effect that has on it, but I know it can't be running at optimal level with all that stuff. Plus the coils and spark plugs and everything are bad. So I really think it's going to be a whole different car whenever we get that back. My idea is to sell the M5 as well. Since we have the Can-Am now, I would like to sell the M5 and kind of go more on trips, like to take the Can-Am and this Raptor out and stuff. And so I'd like to get rid of the M5 just because I really never drive it after this now. So we'll kind of see how it drives though. If it's a whole new vehicle and I'm enjoying it, then I'll just keep it a little bit and get rid of it then. So just kind of some future plans on the channel. But yeah, I mean, the interior is super nice, has more, I mean, it has more options than my King Ranch had. So it's still an upgrade for me. You know, full panoramic roof and everything of that nature. You know, you have your different modes or whatever. It doesn't change anything like it does on the ST. It just kind of changes the shift points and throttle response, I think, is all it does. Yeah, it doesn't change the gauges or anything. So, but yeah, I mean, the only thing I wish I could have got on this Raptor that it didn't come with was the carbon fiber package, which means like this shifter is carbon fiber. I can't remember if this is. I can't remember what all is, but then I know like the steering wheel, I think, is carbon fiber, and then right here is carbon fiber as well. So that's a pretty cool package. This thing is the 802A package, so it has everything technology-wise and everything else as the carbon package does. The carbon package just has those few things. So, but yeah, I mean, it's really clean truck. I actually have it kind of dirty right now because I've been using it, but it's a really clean truck. The seats are, you know, nice. Nothing's messed up. It rides great, drives great, transmission's great. You know, everything about it is fine. It was a one owner, old dude had it. He never towed with it. You can still see paint on the hitch that it hasn't rubbed off yet. So very lightly used. It has some scratches on the bed that I can show you guys that you can tell the guy had dogs. And so the dogs are like hanging over and they scratch the bed or whatever. But I'm not too worried about that. I'm getting the Raptor vinyl sticker on the bed. I'm getting it removed, and it's getting my company logo and stuff on the side and on the bed and on the tailgate. So I'm hoping you won't see those scratches really. And that's going to get done tomorrow. So I'll do an update video on it. I'm sorry, not tomorrow, Thursday. So 2 days. And then tomorrow the ST is going in to get its lowering springs put on and the alignment done. So that thing is going to look freaking sweet. I'm excited for it. I really, now all I need to do is get the roof rack delete done, which I haven't done it because I know it's going to be a pain in the butt. I don't know if a dealer will do that, but they have to take down the headliner and everything. And so that kind of makes me nervous doing that. So I'm not too, eager to jump into that. So I need to get the roof rack done, and then I want to tint the lights and the brake lights and things like that to where it looks a little bit more aggressive, take some of the badging off and whatnot. And so after that, it'll be cosmetically finished. I think that's kind of where we'll be at on that deal. Family's growing and stuff, so hopefully, we'll probably have the ST around for another year or two. It only has 16,000 miles on it, so it's pretty new still. We'll keep it for a while until we have to get a new one, basically. But now that we got another truck, we have the whole bed, like for vacations and stuff. You can load the whole bed up with suitcases. Obviously, the back seats on these Fords are huge, so we have more than enough room in the back to put stuff. And yeah, just kind of rolling with that. So we'll go a little overview of the Raptor real quick and just kind of go over the things on the outside that are done to the vehicle. And then I may add some spray foam footage for you guys if my guy's spraying. And if not, we'll be out here this week and I'll try to get some videos for you guys. Okay, so first, obviously the bumper, the rigid lights. It's a ADD off-road bumper. I don't know the model of it. Maybe that'll tell you. Not really sure. Not a fan of front end replacements, honestly, but excuse me. But I like the way that one looks. It's not too bad. It's not too much of a stick out. A little bit more off-roady. I don't even know what brand wheels these are. I really want to put 17 beadlocks on it. I'm not a fan of the 20s on Raptors. I mean, it looks great, but I like the more off-roady look, and I'm going to get the tires pushed out a little bit more. But yeah, aftermarket 20s, 35, Toyo Open Country RTs. It was stock suspension-wise, but I put this, I don't know if you can see it, that Icon coilover right there, that collar is what they called it. Basically just compresses the shocks and lifts the truck a little bit more to get it that leveled look. I'm not planning on going like super off-roading with it or anything, so I didn't see the point in spending a lot of money on suspension that I'm not really going to get to take advantage of whenever these already ride amazing stock. And then once you get the smaller wheels and same size tire, you're going to have more tire tread or tire sidewall, so it's going to be smoother, more plush and everything as well. So I just went with that as a cheaper option. It looks great. The rake that they have from the factory is terrible, and I don't know if you can see, it's kind of in the shade, but now that it's leveled, it looks a lot better. And it's still a little bit higher in the back, but it doesn't take much to squat these trucks. So overall, extremely clean vehicle. The only spot which is dirty right now, so I don't know if you can see it, but see all the scratches. And I think it's worse because look how far out that bedside comes. Most trucks go straight down right there. So I think it's just the fact that it was so high raised is why it was so scratched up. But it is what it is. Bed liner, and then the tailgate has a ding on it. It looks like from a jack or something. He dropped it on a trailer jack maybe. I don't know what he did. Looks like something just kind of hit it actually. So I don't really know. Rear bumpers, stock exhaust, which I guess, I don't know if it looks like that's factory to me. So I guess they just don't have mufflers. They just have a resonator in the middle, or a muffler resonator in the middle. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Looking forward to the upgrades.